Today I would like to take a look at PPU Defense Line ammunition for the 9mm Makarov. These are jacketed hollow points. Now, I have a CZ82, and I have had one for a while now. I would like to be able to carry this pistol. But one thing that is making me cautious about that is quality defensive ammo that I can find. Some people do feel comfortable carrying a pistol like this with FMJs since it is a lower powered pistol. However, personally, I would like a quality hollow point. Now, there are a few different things that I would like to look at if I'm going to consider carrying a pistol with certain ammo. That includes accuracy, reliability, and expansion. So I'd like to test those things today. The first thing I'm going to test is accuracy by just taking some shots at a target at around 10 yards, not super far. We're just trying to see the mechanical accuracy of the round. Then I'm going to shoot at some water, although I would love to shoot at a actual ballistic gelatin target. I don't have the time to make that, so instead I'm just going to shoot at some water. And if this round cannot expand in water, then that means it can't expand in ballistic gel either. Now, there is a video that TFB TV did of other defensive 9mm Makarov ammo. That ammunition was in a different box, and it was an older ammunition. So I think this might be different. I looked at some pictures of some individual rounds online, and it did look different. But we're going to take some shots today and see how we can do. Then finally, if both of those tests go well, I'm just going to shoot a bunch of rounds and see how reliable the handgun is. Last time I was on the range, my chronograph was misbehaving a little bit. So we're going to try that another day if this ammo performs well in the other three categories. I have the camera out of the way a little bit so that it does not get shot. We're going to be shooting at the 5 of diamonds. So we can see 10 really nice round holes here. That's what hollow points do. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I was aiming right here, and I'm not a perfect shot, but this looks like about a 4-inch group at 10 yards. Now that could have been much better. So I have 4 jugs going back and then 2 on either side. I'm going to shoot it right in the middle. It's wider in the back because sometimes bullets do weird things, like go through a person, then turn, then go straight, then turn again, go through a car seat, go through a person, go through that person's hand, and then disappear from existence. I can think of at least one time in history that that's happened. Oh, and I'm going to be shooting at about 3 yards. As you can tell, we have 2 jugs hit. It hit this first one, and that was pretty devastating. It even blew the cap off. However, it hit the second one, and I don't feel an exit, so I should still be in here. Actually, it is. So let's pour that out, and we'll take a look at it. Okay, so the copper jacket separated from the lead. I don't see any skid marks on the table, so it looks like it went straight in and then stopped. Since we only went through 2, let's try this again, see if we get expansion the second time. So you'll notice on the first one that we have a pretty big entrance wound, and then just 1 hole in the back, 1 hole in the front of this one, and it is still in there. So what that means is what's happening is that it is dumping all of its energy in the first one and then just entering the second one. This round looks a little bit different. You can see that the lead is separated from the jacket, and 1 petal from the jacket came off. So I wanted to show you these rounds up close. This was the first round that I shot. Everything remained intact, and the petals did wrap around the back. There was quite a bit of tearing on them. However, it looks like it has pretty uniform expansion, and it opened quite well. This is the second round I shot, and 1 petal did come loose. I think it just tore off right about here. But the expansion still looks pretty decent, and I was pretty impressed. Let me show you an unfired round up close. Now, this is what made me think that this PPU ammo is different than other hollow points from PPU that I have seen in the past. It looks like the mouth is quite a bit more open than those other rounds, and that would lead to better expansion. TFB TV tested the other PPU hollow point ammunition, and they had absolutely no expansion. It performed just like an FMJ would. Now, this ammunition, in my experience in water, which is not ballistics gel, did perform quite well. I'm only going to do a couple of these drills on camera because my phone is both my camera and my shot timer and my phone. But I have some playing cards set up on a paper target. I'm not super far back today. Normally I would like to shoot at longer distances. I'm at about 5 to 7 yards, and I'm just going to shoot at some paper targets. Okay, I just barely hit the playing card that I was aiming at. Wasn't great. All right, now I'm going to try and do draw and then 2 hits in all targets, and I'm going to probably go a little slower so I can actually hit everything. So before going through all the effort to buy or make ballistics gel, I thought I should test this in some simple ways and make sure it would serve my needs in some other ways first. So I wanted to do things like reliability testing, accuracy testing, and just some water jug testing. That stuff is all super cheap and super easy to do, and if that all goes well, then I can make ballistics gel. So you guys saw the ballistics and accuracy testing, and I was pretty happy with these results. I also fired 50 rounds, and so far I was pretty happy with those results as well when it comes to reliability. Now I was having one issue, and that was that the slide was not locking back on an empty chamber. Now typically if the slide is not locking back with one ammunition, but it will lock back with others, that can mean something like the ammunition is not powerful enough to get the slide far enough back to hit the slide stop. But it will still be powerful enough to eject the round. However, I don't think that this is the case because I have had issues with the slide locking back with some other rounds as well. So let me show you how I'm gripping this handgun, and that might solve the problem. How I've been gripping this handgun is kind of aggressively like this, and you'll notice my right thumb is right on top of the slide stop, which is right here. So I think what's happening is that when this gun recoils, it's going back and my thumb is pressing down right there, and it's not letting it lock back. To test this hypothesis, I did put one round in the chamber, held my thumb up, and pulled the trigger. Of course, I was aiming into the berm, and it locked back just fine. So I think that is a user-caused issue, but I thought I should mention it anyway. Other than that, though, I did have absolutely no reliability issues. I just ran some basic drills where I would draw from my holster and fire a few shots. Didn't have any issues between that or any of the other testing I did that day. As for the ballistics and accuracy testing, you have seen the results for yourself. So I am kind of curious what you guys think about them, but personally I found these adequate. Now, I do think the hollow points opened up pretty quickly and they didn't really get that deep. This is something I am concerned about, but that was also in water. It wasn't in ballistics gel, so you really can't know exactly how it would behave in ballistics gel. Now, I'm curious, would you guys be interested in seeing a video where I test this against ballistics gel? And would you be interested to see that chronograph data? If so, I can do a part 2 video to this down the road. In any case, I am 9mm Makarov Man, and I am planning on carrying a CZ82. But I lived on.
Which proves it's hard to get the best of a man named John.
John.